Okay, hello, good people. It's Todd Shannon, data scientist, social commentator, getter of buckets. Today we're gonna laugh a little bit. We're gonna look at my favorite Tucker Carlson impressions. Okay, I've noticed that there's been a proliferation of Tucker Carlson impersonators, and they're all freaking hilarious. And so we're gonna have a look at them. Let's get started. This is one guy. This is a new guy that I found. He's kind of an underdog. I'm gonna ask you to put in the comments who you think won, who you think had the best Tucker. I think there's a good variety. Some people really nail the cadence and kind of the mannerisms and the talking, and other people really nail the voice, and then other people really nail more like the content and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm going to let you know. Let me know in the comments who you think won. We're going to start with this one guy. His name's Tony Lapidus, and this is pretty Lapidus. I think that's how you say it. But he's got a pretty good channel, and he did this kind of parody of him and Candace Owens. So we're going to have a look at that.
Candice, thank you so much for coming on, and I mean that. You're being sued by the Macrones, which is just weird. What is that? So,
first of all, what is that? That is like the classic Tucker line. Okay, I don't want to. Let me just let it play.
They're suing me because they know that I have exposed the fact that Bridget Macron has a penis, and I will just never, ever shut up about that disgusting fact. By the way, as well, it's worth noting that people think that France is a democracy. It's not, like, at all. It's 100% ruled by Macron with an iron fist and a violent intelligence force. Quite evil. Not as evil as the CIA, obviously. But I also feel like people like Macron are not really the ones holding power. I feel like there's somebody out there just pulling the strings in some way. Yes. And again...
Okay. And some why. Okay, I get what he's going for with the Candace thing. Candace does have a weird little whatever at the end of her phrases. I don't know. We'll see.
This is all out there on Wikipedia. You should check this up for yourself. Don't take my word for it. But these men are so pathetic and weak. They're not even like real men. Well, I think that's perfectly true. I don't know anybody that would ever say, I think, that Macron is in power. He'd be like, what? What are you even saying? No, I don't know anybody that actually thinks that. This is all just part of a bigger master plan that was set up by Sigmund Freud, who is a satanic, demonic pedophile. I mean, he's so disgusting. He later went on and worked for the CIA and set up a whole bunch of law firms that were just designed to shut me up. Well, I don't think anybody would actually dispute that. I happen to know a lot of those lawyers. Some of them are evil. Yes, okay. Some of them, I like some of them. But they are paid by foreign governments to shut us up. They tried it with me. They failed, obviously. And I feel like the irony is that it only makes you stronger. Oh, absolutely it does. It just cleanses your soul. And then they just call you a lunatic or deranged because you refuse to stop. These people are so sick. They're literally satanic.
Okay, so, all right, so points for the Candace and how she's always talking about everyone is sick and satanic, whatever. Okay. Let's just give him a break. He's doing a female. Most impressionists can't do the opposite sex, right? So I'm going to give him a pass on that. Doesn't quite nail the voice. His Tucker is spot on, though. Well, I'll give more feedback after he's done.
Range? So what are they even saying? Do you happen to know from the law firm? He is a demonic, self-confessed pedophile. What about also from the law firm? He's another pedophile. I mean, I had no idea that everybody was just a pedophile, but you say they are. I don't see why it wouldn't be true. These people are so demonic. They're so
That's exactly how Tucker interviews people who he is trying to, I don't know, I guess massage. If he doesn't, I guess if you support Israel, he's going to let you have it. But if you don't support Israel or you have some weird kooky conspiracy theory, he's going to say everything you say is obviously true. Obviously. Okay.
Disgusting that they almost want to get caught. What about Harvey Weinstein? He was a creep and a pig. Maybe that's true, but I don't believe there was any way that he was a rapist. I mean, I've seen some of the emails on Wikipedia. There's just simply no, it doesn't make any sense. And why would you ever call somebody a rapist? It's so disgusting. It's like the worst thing to call anybody. You know what I mean? Oh, I agree. I think it's pure evil. I think it's the worst thing you can call anybody ever, like at all. I think it's somehow...
Yo, okay. This guy's Tucker is pretty good. Okay.
Worse than calling everybody a pedophile, which they are, obviously. I mean, they even called Michael Jackson a pedophile. What even is that? So I'm almost certain that Michael Jackson was not a pedophile. His music made me so happy as a child. Why would he ever want to molest kids? It doesn't make any sense. And I know that he used to sleep with kids, but that doesn't actually prove anything. Right, and I feel like sometimes your instinct is all the evidence that you need. I trust my instinct implicitly, and I make no apologies for that. And the media apparatus told me to think in one way, and then I started to ask questions, and I realized what a sick, satanic pedophile everybody in this world is. You're asking questions? You're a deranged conspiracy theorist! Tucker, I have 3 sons. I don't want them to grow up in a world where if an adult sleeps with a child, they're automatically assumed to be a pedophile. That doesn't make any sense. Well, I actually met Kim Jong-un once, and I'm less mad at him than I am with some of the victims that claim that Michael Jackson touched them inappropriately. Also, the sick Seth Dillon. Obviously. Honestly, I think that Kim Jong-un is more America first than a lot of leaders of our country. Amen. I really don't think I can improve on that, unless I just add very quickly that Nick Fuentes is totally gay.
I gotta say, hold on. Round of applause and air horns for I think he had a little ad that I'm going to cut out, but I heard him say his name. It's Tony Lapidus, not Lapidus. I'm not going to lie. When I said Lapidus, it sounded like something else that was kind of inappropriate. So I'm glad it's Lapidus. Okay, so a quick little rundown of that little impression. I liked it because not only did he kind of nail the cadence, I think his Tucker was pretty good, really good. He doesn't quite nail the voice, but he absolutely nails kind of the cadence and his little, kind of catchphrase and things like that. Obviously, I trust my, just the whole mannerism. And that's all a part of it, right? But what I really think low-key was kind of the best thing about this impression is how he basically clowned the ridiculous kind of talking points in the way that Candace and Tucker think, which is really kind of silly. Here, Candace is basically saying that an R word, a rapist, is the worst thing you can call someone while she runs around calling everyone a PDF file. Completely ridiculous. Now, that's obviously not something that Candace said, but it's indicative of kind of the silly logic of Candace Owens, the conspiratorial nature of it. So I think that was pretty good. There again, round of applause for Tony Lapidus. All right, so next we're going to go to my main man, Ami Kozak. Ami Kozak is, honestly, I think he's one of the best impressionists, pure impressionists out there. And he's actually really funny as well. So let's check my main man, Ami, out. You've seen Ami before because he actually does a pretty good Candace as well. There again, doesn't nail the voice, but kind of you get it. All right, let's check him out.
Actually think of Ben Shapiro.
So I have a lot of respect for Ben. I admire him greatly, actually. And what he's done for the conservative movement is unbelievable. And that's why I have a lot of rage towards him.
What?
And I find him to be despicable.
Why?
It's just... what are you doing, right? The things that he's saying. I'm an Episcopalian. And Ben's Jewish. I have no problem with that, of course. Judaism's a wonderful religion. I'm really fascinated by it. I'm really interested in it. I think it's made wonderful contributions. But I'm also disgusted by it.
What?
It's obviously. And
disgusted?
I think it's something we have to discuss. We have to ask questions about.
But you just said...
And we should be suspicious of because... Why can't we actually talk about these things? I mean, these are simple questions to ask. And, obviously, it's clear to me that Ben hates Christians.
What?
He hates Christianity. He hates America. And, I say that knowing that he really cares about his Christian friends and he sees the value that Christianity has brought to our country and continues to make our country great, actually.
Yes, he does like
But he obviously despises it.
Huh?
That's clear.
Clear?
How can you not see that? He's always spoken very fondly of Christians and Christian practice and continues to encourage people to go to church.
Right.
Which I find despicable.
Oh.
Trying to mandate and tell people what to do. Who are you to say that? So I continue to harbor a lot of rage and resentment and anger towards him, as well as love and admiration and respect.
Everything you're saying is completely contradictory. No, I really don't know what you're saying.
Oh, I'm not saying anything.
Right.
That's the point.
That's the point?
I'm saying a lot. I'm saying a lot of words, a lot of phrases, a lot of ideas, and I'm not saying anything.
Uh-huh. So,
I know what I'm saying, but does everybody else?
no, it's just creating confusion.
That's the point.
That's the point? You're just intentionally creating confusion?
Exactly. So,
I don't know. I think being deceptive and intentionally confusing and manipulative is just really wrong.
I agree with that.
Oh, come on. So what do you actually think of Ben Shapiro?
So,
I agree with that. All right. So, okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know, right now, if I had to give the edge, I would give the edge to my man, Tony Lapidus, right now. I just think he captured more of the essence of Tucker, right? I think Ami, he did a great job, but he was kind of capturing some of the clearly contradictory things that Tucker tends to say, which I get. But right now, I think it got Tony in the lead right now. I say this last one here. This last one, he's kind of different. I actually found him on Instagram. I think this gentleman's name is Alex DeWitt. I think it's Alex DeWitt Comedy. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can get this one's pretty interesting. If Tucker forgot about Dre, hold on.
Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they've got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips, just a bunch of gibberish. These motherfuckers acting like they forgot about Dre.
All right, so that one's pretty benign here. All right, so that was pretty decent. That's just a warm up here. Let's get a little more meat on this, because we're gonna probably have to look at a few of his to get a real gist of his. He's got one where he does the Lord of the Rings. If Tucker was in the Lord of the Rings, let me see if I can find that here.
Gondor still won't release Gandalf's client list. What is that? It's been years since his death, yet no one will explain why he was traveling with 4 young hobbits. Where were they going? Some type of mountain retreat? At one point, they were said to be passed off to Aragorn. We interviewed Frodo. He said that Aragorn promised them second breakfast, then led them up to Weathertop, where he left them there to be surrounded by 4 tall men in black cloaks. That's Illuminati shit if ever I heard it. We also obtained audio from Rivendell, where Frodo is heard in a circle with the words uttered, "You have my sword, you have my bow, and my ass." Gondor still won't release...
All right, now that one was pretty good. That was probably my favorite. All right, so let me see if I can put a bow on this. Okay, so the last guy, I think he had the best Tucker Carlson voice, just pure voice. I think he nailed it. But I think that I gotta be honest. I gotta give it to my guy, Tony Lapidus. I think he had the best Tucker. All of those guys were hilarious. Just let me know what you think. Who you think had the best Tucker? Let me know if you want to see more stuff like this. I think we need to laugh. I think these people who have these ridiculous ideas, not only do we need to laugh with them, we need to laugh at them sometimes. And, you know, it is what it is. But let me know in the comments. Again, this is Todd Shannon, data scientist, social commentator, getter of buckets. And until next time, my friends, God bless you.